Things to look for in a martial arts school for dummies, part 1. I got stopped by a father in a Costco who just doesn't know what to look for in a martial arts school for his child, so I thought I'd create a series on it. Hope this helps. First thing to look for if you have no idea what you're doing is just cleanliness. You've heard that term cleanliness is next to godliness, right? It's a concept that's featured predominantly in Old Testament Jewish rituals. Same holds here, but you could take it a step further. When a gym is clean, you can tell that the person who actually owns the gym actually cares. And if somebody actually cares, then it stands to reason that they're actually going to care about their students as well. This is on top of things just being clean for sanitary reasons, or for like COVID pandemic reasons. So here's the quickest way to do this nonchalantly during a gym tour. Take a peek in the bathroom. Gander at the sink. Is it clean? Once over the toilet. Pick up the lid, make sure there are no stains underneath it. The bathroom is the place people like cleaning the least, so if it's clean, you can pretty much be sure the rest of the gym is clean as well. But if you want to go further, go to a far corner of the mat space. Finger test. Things to look for in a martial arts school for dummies, part 2. I'm creating a playlist for past and future installments, so if you're on TikTok, you can click them below. Let's talk about equipment and what they may mean. Different approaches to martial arts are obviously going to require different equipment, and you can allow what equipment they have to define whether their approach to the martial arts is the same approach that you're looking for. A heavy bag rig and the presence of Thai pads are probably going to indicate a more progressive or sport approach to the martial art. A lack of items like this is probably going to indicate a more traditional approach, focusing on things like forms and shadow boxing. These approaches aren't my jam, but they may be yours, so no judgment. If the only training tools available are these kick paddles, think about light, more touch accuracy style martial arts, like point karate or Olympic taekwondo. These are wrestling mats, think takedowns and submissions. These will often be accompanied by pads on the walls. I don't have those though. Grappling isn't bad, but there aren't going to be any kicks and punches. And in my experience, that's what kids think about when they think about karate. That's the gist, hope it helps. Things to look for in a martial arts school for dummies, part 3. This one's gonna be a hard one, but let's talk about prices. One of the most common questions I get asked on this app is what should martial arts cost? The problem is that's hard to say. It depends on a lot of factors, like the cost of living in your area or the skill level of your instructor. Like think of it this way, I'm gonna cost more than maybe somebody else down the street because there's more to my resume. Just as it's gonna cost more to train with Conor McGregor than it would with me. And as well it should be. What you need to ask yourself is whether the cost that they are quoting you is worth what you think you're going to get. So I would never sign up for martial arts lessons on the spot. Most martial arts schools will have like a trial program. It's usually free. Mine costs a little bit of money, but you walk away with like a Power Ranger keepsake. You can take the information of the value you get from that trial and contrast it with its price, and use that to determine if the price makes sense. Maybe your kid doesn't find value in training with the Power Ranger. In that case, I'm utterly worthless. Things to look for in a martial arts school for dummies, part 4. Today we're gonna do things a little bit backwards, and I'm gonna tell you some things not to be impressed by when you go to a martial arts studio. Do not be impressed by trophies. There is no real way of telling if they're even real. I'm convinced half the martial arts schools out there just buy them from a trophy shop. Don't be impressed by championship belts or black belts for that matter. These are both things that you can buy online. And as much as I promote it, if we're being honest, movie careers aren't all that impressive when it comes to what you're looking to accomplish. The reason why I say this is because impressive as these things might be, if they were real and you can verify this, none of these are good indicators on whether or not they're good at teaching. It's what they teach and how they lay out their program that's gonna be the important part. Because that's ultimately what you're here for, right? And the only way you're going to verify whether their teaching method works for you is through a trial. Gotta try it.